preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
I goof. Just kidding, guys. Here comes the opening.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Stat Boy Sports Bar featuring Dori Lou on the Casa D-18 Studios channel as well as my own Twitter. Just wanted to say very briefly, thank you all for watching today. I am someplace I'm not supposed to be, so I'm going to go off camera. But in the meantime, I'll turn it over to our host, the one, the only, Stat Boy.
Hello, my internet fans. Welcome to the first edition of 2023 of Stat Boy Sports Bar featuring Dori Lou. We're all here in the sports bar. It's January 3rd. It's January 2023. We had a great 2-week break. I hope everybody had a great Christmas and a great New Year's. We are here. We are ready. How's everybody doing today?
Doing pretty good.
Thumbs up.
Glad to be back on the sports bar.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week. I mean, hey, Browns won, and this coming Sunday we get to ruin the Steelers' playoff hopes.
Josh, already starting with the drama. Didn't you make?
Okay, that's going to be between the two of you. So.
Yeah, because we got unfinished business between me and you.
Of course.
The battle lines have been drawn. But first,
shush it, producer man.
But first, we have to touch the elephant in the room and the breaking news of what happened yesterday in Cincinnati, in the opening quarter between the Bills and the Bengals. Safety Damar Hamlin suffered a cardiac arrest after a tackle. Yes, indeed. Thank you for that, Aaron. Thank you for that comment there. But it was just a simple tackle. It was nothing too serious. Hamlin stood up from the tackle. He then lost a little. He got a little wobbly. The ground. Immediately after that, literally within 10 seconds, medical staff rushed onto the field, assessed the situation. They started doing CPR on him. They had to use the defibrillator. They put an oxygen mask on him. The ambulance came out and they were working on him feverishly. They loaded him in, carted him off, got him to a local University of Cincinnati Medical Center. The Bills and the Bengals, I believe, they all got into the center of the field. They formed a human circle, a prayer circle. His teammates were visibly upset. I mean, seeing Stephon Diggs in tears was really hard to see. And then, of course, on the big screen, it's just the game is being delayed. An hour goes by, and there are meetings going on in the tunnels, in the locker rooms, and everything's happening. And finally, about an hour later, from the office of the commissioner, that the game is officially postponed.
Suspended,
excuse me, yes. There currently is no plans to continue this game to reschedule this game. Jeff, if you have the picture up, we'll put that official statement there. The NFL continues to be in regular contact with the medical team caring for Damar Hamlin and also the Bills and Bengals organizations and the NFL Players Association. After speaking with both teams and NFLPA leadership, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell informed the clubs that the Bills-Bengals games will not be resumed this week. The NFL has made no decision regarding the possible resumption of the game. The league has not made any changes to the Week 18 schedule, and we will continue to provide additional information as it becomes available. Now, as the events were unfolding and taking place, a report came in today that apparently Roger Goodell told both teams, you got 5 minutes to warm up and get ready. In the post-game press conference, Troy Vincent, who is the vice president of football relations, kind of like in WWE almost, talent relations, he denied this immediately. He said, no, Roger Goodell did not say this. So, of course, we cannot confirm what was said and what was not said.
Right.
I do, as much as all the negative stuff that Roger Goodell gets in the media, I can applaud him for taking the time to realize that an injury is much more important than a football game. This is a gentleman. He's only 24 years old. He's got his whole life ahead of him. And because of a medical issue or a medical accident, the game and everything just stopped. Football did not matter at that point. J.J. Watt, Tim Tebow, Patrick Mahomes, all these players are out there on social media saying, who cares who wins? Another tweet surfaced from Skip Bayless, and his tweet read, and this is word for word from his account. No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of the game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. As soon as that tweet came out, it's that one line. This game is crucial? Not really. This is my rant and my response to this answer. This game is not crucial. It's not. All it's going to do is show which team is going to get ranked higher. That is not a crucial game. Both teams are in the playoffs. Okay, the Bengals and the Bills are in the playoffs. It's a game to me at this point. Now I know the Bills fans, hey, we want to get in the top as high as we possibly can go, and the Bengals are in the same boat. But to make it sound like this is the most important game ever, which is more important than the Super Bowl, and everybody on Twitter, are calling him out on this. And I said this in our group chat too. I said, look, the only reason he's saying this is because it's an important game in his eyes. But it was the wrong thing to say at the wrong time. Luckily, a few minutes later, he tweeted again saying, quote, "Nothing is more important than this man's health. That was the point of my last tweet. I'm sorry if that was misunderstood, but his health is all that matters again. Everything else is irrelevant. I prayed for him and will continue to." The latest news, of course, is Hamlin is still in the medical facility. He is under sedation. He has a breathing tube. He has a pulse, and he is in critical condition. Baller G, you can go ahead and rant or say whatever you'd like on this.
So we were talking about this before we went on the air, and I don't know if Jeff has the picture, but I shared it in the group that 4 big injuries happened on that field. Obviously, Hamlin being the biggest one yesterday. You had Tua get hurt on there this season, and then you had 2 Steelers players, Antonio Brown, who had concussion, and Ryan Shazier, who was paralyzed at the time of his injury, and now he's up and walking again, doing fine, but he can't play football anymore. But yeah, I was watching Raw last night, and I'm scrolling through my phone, and I'm seeing all these things saying, you know, prayers up for Hamlin. I'm like, what's going on? So nosy me, I'm going through, seeing if there's like a video out there, and sure enough, I find a video, and I shared it to the group. And I mean, I showed it to my wife too, and it's just like I watched it back like 3 or 4 times, trying to figure out, you know, exactly what happened. And you know, it was just a simple tackle, and like Mikey said, you know, he got back up for like a couple seconds, and then pretty much fell back down. And I was just like, what the heck? And then I see another video with, you know, Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs and everybody else just like in tears and stuff like that. And you know, you read that he had CPR, ambulance came out. I was like, yeah, this game needs to be done. And sure enough, so good on Roger Goodell. I heard something saying, you know, I believe like the players and coaches refused to play, and that's what officially like postponed.
I heard that also.
The game.
I heard it was the coaches.
Good on the player, because I mean, like you said, this game doesn't matter. I mean, the only thing that really mattered was the seeding in the playoffs, and that doesn't even really matter at this point. You know, a man's life is in jeopardy. You know, so good on the NFL for postponing this game. You know, if anything, play week 18 and then like have them play after week 18 is over if they want to do that or something. Or I don't know, give them both a tie or something, like I don't know. Anyways,
that could have been a possibility. That is true. I mean,
like I said yesterday, you know, have nobody win, just like cancel out the game. Just cancel like pretend the game didn't even exist. So but yeah, hope everything goes well for Damar. You know, I watched Coach Mike Tomlin, you know, he in his press conference, he's known Damar Hamlin since he was 12 years old, because he's a Pittsburgher. He played for Pitt, and you know, the Steelers and Pitt, they play in the same football field, so obviously they know each other. And you know, he had his well wishes and stuff like that. But you know, hopefully Damar Hamlin pulls through. He's 24 years old. You know, he's in his 3rd season. You know, so God bless. Hopefully for him and his family.
Yeah, Josh, go ahead.
Whew. Man,
we'll go around the room.
Yeah, like G, I wasn't watching the game, which bad on me because Bills are one of my teams. But I was watching Raw, and I kept getting messages, or just like seeing through Twitter and Facebook, like a player collapsed on the field, CPR. I'm like, what is going on? I was reading more. I'm like, oh crap, this is bad. So I immediately turned, and they were, you know, just saying everything that happened. It just like, it really just hits you with how short life is. I mean, thankfully he is still alive, but in the moment we didn't know if he was going to live or die. And that was, I think it just hit everyone really hard.
He's so young.
Yeah. But I was reading on that the type of hit or something, but he had to basically hit him just right at a specific time for him to go into cardiac arrest. Like, it's a rare thing, a rare set of circumstances that
I haven't heard any. I haven't heard any medical. I mean, ESPN did interview a doctor recently, but I haven't heard anything that hit the cardiac arrest. I'm not sure on that medically.
I forget where it was. I saw where exactly it was. I saw the post.
I'll cover that.
Yeah, it just was. It was absolutely the right call to stop this game, and good on the coaches. I've heard it both ways. I've heard people saying Goodell's just trying to cover his ass, etc., etc. That was really the players and the coaches. My guess is the players and coaches said right out the gate, before I've even got that 5-minute thing, we're not playing. They probably said that before that even came down. Because they were coming out of the locker room without pads on before that notice came down.
Yeah, I heard one of the players actually came out in a towel to throw. I don't know who it was, but it
was Stephon Diggs.
It was Stephon? Oh, wow.
Surprised. Stephon went to the hospital.
I knew I liked him for some reason.
So good on Stephon.
Yeah.
Just good on the football community in general right now, realizing a man's life is more important than a stupid game. I will say, it has the shock of it all has brought out the best in the NFL fan base the last 24 hours. Case in point, Damar Hamlin's toy drive fundraiser. Last I checked, it had. Hold on, let me get to it real quick.
Like $5 million.
Yeah, let me. Yeah, if I can get to that real quick. It had like 2,000 or something last night.
And then it shot up real fast.
The incident. Yeah, it is now. I can find it. I can't find it for some reason.
I think we all know that it is past it.
Yeah,
easily
it's a lot.
$4 million. It's a lot of money.
Even Chris
Last
Jericho
time I
donated
saw it-
$10,000.
Yeah, way to go, Jericho, on that one.
Yeah, so we have seen the best of the NFL fan base in this week, and just hope and praying DeMar pulls through.
Yeah, I read.
Zach, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
What was that, Big G?
God. Yeah, go ahead, G.
No, I was gonna say, Fanatics is also whatever, because his jersey's been sounding like crazy. So whatever Fanatics is making off of that is going to his toy drive.
Nice.
Good.
Okay, Zach, go ahead.
So I'm gonna touch on a few things. So first of all, just put it into perspective. This kid is 24. Let's let that sink in first. He's 24 years old. Okay? It's heartbreaking to ever, being a fan, not a fan, it doesn't matter if you like it, you don't like them, whatever. Seeing something like that is an emotional wreckage on anyone. If you are human and you have a real pulse in your body, that hurt you last night. Sports fan or not, that hurt.
Yep.
Skip Bayless.
Uh-oh.
Listen, other people have been canceled for other reasons. FS1 needs to really take a look at that statement. He tried to back it up because everybody came for his head, but that statement should have never been made out of his mouth. Ever. I don't care who you are, how you feel, whatever. Skip Bayless is 1,000% wrong, and you cannot tell me otherwise. Finally, the people I applaud the most are the fans of both teams.
Yep.
Fans from both Cincinnati and Buffalo were going to the hospital. Half of them, if they had the power, they would have never left the arena, never left the stadium last night. They would have stayed there until they knew or got an update or till they were forced to be kicked out.
Yeah.
This is the world we live in, and heartbreak is just, a normal thing. But this hurt. It's hurt a lot. And I can't emphasize enough that this man needs all the prayers he can get. And as a community, our hearts are with him.
Yep.
All right, Dori, take it.
Yeah, it is heartbreaking. He is such a young man. He's got such a promising career ahead of him. I hope this doesn't derail it. With the question on getting hit in the chest and stopping your heart, there is a medical condition. It is an actual medical fact. Blunt force to the chest, and I looked it up real quick because I couldn't remember the terms. But I'm not going to try to pronounce it because I'll say it wrong. But blunt force to the chest in a precise moment in the heart's electrical cycle can cause the heart to stop.
Yep,
it is a rare injury, but at the same time, it's the second most common cause of cardiac death among U.S. athletes. And that was according to a study in 2009 by Sports Health. So hopefully this is recover for him. Hopefully they got everything. I mean, they were right on top of the CPR. Ambulance was there. They've got him in critical condition. Hopefully he comes out of this. I'm praying for him, his family, all the fans. He's such a young man. We don't want to see that happen.
No.
I believe I did hear that they did get his heart beating before they left the arena.
That is true.
Yes.
And that's why they stopped to get his mother before they went to the hospital. Because they did get his heart beating again.
There was, and I don't know if there's been any updates since this, but this came from Larry Brown Sports earlier today. Because, of course, everybody wants to know what's going to happen with the game now, right? Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk noted that the NFL postponed its entire season by a week following the terrorist attacks of 9/11. There's typically a bye week between conference championship games and the Super Bowl, but that was eliminated in 2001 because of that. One option for the NFL would be to move the Bills-Bengals games to this coming weekend, which we know that's not going to happen, and push everything back. Another possibility is they could entertain canceling the game altogether. Playoff seeding would then be determined by winning percentage, with Buffalo and Cincinnati having played one less game than the rest of the teams. Florio says the NFL was prepared to take that approach back in 2020 when there was a risk of games being canceled due to the pandemic. And we all remember how screwed up that scheduling got with games
thanks, Baltimore.
all throughout the week and stuff. So we know they're not making any changes for week 18, so we'll have to wait and see what comes up next. Yes.
Breaking news.
Yes.
Breaking news from Josina Anderson, who just tweeted, "Receive word this evening that Damar Hamlin's, quote, breathing is improving," end quote.
Awesome.
Oh.
And apparently they're calling for Skip Bayless to be fired after his tweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I think we're all in agreement. Can't see it, Josh. Just a bright screen.
Here we go.
Okay.
Okay.
It again.
That's right.
If you want to take a screenshot of it and send it all to us, then we'll post it on our social media sites and we'll show it again.
Yeah.
So we here at Stat Boy Sports Bar, we are all again. James, you came in just at the right time.
Yeah, sorry, I was late.
It's okay.
How dare you?
I guess you're going to take us home now. Go ahead and the floor is yours for a few minutes if you wish. Give us your thoughts.
I won't be long on this because I actually have to be in and out anyway because I have to help my dad with some stuff. But I did want to give my thoughts on Damar Hamlin because we found out the news about everything that happened. I was doing Wrestle Kingdom predictions on Noah's show when Dad came in, told me what happened. By the way, if I sound hoarse, it's because I'm sick as a dog.
You're good. Keep going.
But once he told me that, as we're live, I'm looking at social media, and then I see the play. So it was a scary sight because it looked like a standard play like that you would see.
Yeah.
You know, the safety is tackling the guy who has the ball, and then he stands right up as if everything's all right. And then he just passes out.
Yeah.
And it was a really scary sight. I took a look at the clip a couple times, and what it looked like, and I'm hoping this isn't the case, but it looked like his neck got jarred because his helmet collided with the other guy's helmet, and so when Damar went down, his head pretty much ricocheted back up. I'm hoping that it's just like temporary, and it sounds like he's actually improving. I hope it stays on that upward trajectory. Thank you, Josh, for that news update. But yeah, that was one of the most traumatic things I've probably seen in this sport in a long time. And I'm like one of those guys that watches playoff football every year, especially when it comes to, you know, I know not everybody here is, but I'm always in watching for Brady and Aaron Rodgers and you know, the Patriots, obviously, and I'm always excited to see where everything goes. And then, yeah, this is bigger than any football game. I'll tell you that. What NFL did was the right call, suspending the game temporarily. I think from what Dad told me, because he's been in the medical field for a long time when it comes to stuff like this, we're looking at probably another 48 hours at least before we know officially what the word is on Damar Hamlin. And by that point, whether it's good or bad is probably when they're going to start resuming play. Because you can only be off the horse for so long. Because if you don't get back on the horse and play again, the players are going to run the risk, I think, of not getting back on just because they're mentally shot. And that's another thing we got to think about too. Like this is not. I think somebody mentioned it. One of the football players mentioned it on one of the interviews. That you can't just. This is not a normal thing. This isn't something that happens every day, and this is unprecedented to say the least. So,
yeah.
Prayers up for Damar Hamlin.
Prayers up for Damar again. We here, Sports Bar, and the entire multitude of Multitude Network are thinking about you. We want you to have a speedy recovery, and we want you to get back on that field, because it just won't be the same. You know, the void will not be filled. All right, we're going to switch gears, and we are going to quickly go into college football.
All right.
We're not going to talk about the CFP just yet. We're going to lighten the mood a little bit here. And in our circle of friends, of course, he is listed as Aaron D. Trucker in YouTube. His two nephews, Alex and Dalen, whom Renegade and I know quite well, they are family to us. And Alex has been playing football at Oregon State, the Beavers, for about 4 years. He's on the defensive line as a cornerback. And just recently, Alex posted this letter, which I will read off of his Twitter. This you guys are going to love this. First, I would like to thank God for blessing me with life, my skill set, and the opportunity to shine under his light at a high level, as I've always dreamed of doing as a kid. Thank you, Mom, for everything. Thank you for always being a mom and my best friend, helping me push through and overcome every situation in my life. Without you, I wouldn't be here today. I appreciate all the sacrifices you've made for my brothers and me. You've always been my why and the reason I go so hard. To my pops, thank you. I appreciate you for all you instilled in me at a young age to help me grow into the man I am today. You taught me to always bet on myself and that life is a game of chess. You play a huge role, and I will forever be grateful for the lessons. To the rest of the family, thank you for always being in my corner when I needed you and always believing in me in whatever I did. I also want to thank my uncle mentor, Uncle Mac. I appreciate you showing me how to fall in love with the grind of being a football player and not just play football. Lastly, thank you to my Long Beach Poly family and everyone around the program. I appreciate the entire foundation and society that helped groom me into the person I am today. Thank you to Coach Smith, Coach Blue, Coach Bray, Coach Mack, and the entire coaching staff, strength staff, trainers, and everyone in the building at Oregon State University. Thank you for believing in me as a 17-year-old teenager and giving me an opportunity of a lifetime. To my teammates, thank you for the bonds and the memories we created. They will forever be a part of me. I wouldn't have wanted to be anywhere else. I love that place and appreciate everything it has done for me. I'm glad we were able to bring OSU back and make history. After very long talks and prayers with the man above and talks with my close family and friends, I have decided to declare for the 2023 NFL Draft, chasing my childhood dreams of becoming a professional football player while continuing to keep faith in God, for he gets all the glory. Hashtag GetLive5, hashtag GoBeavs, hashtag Long Beach, hashtag IGGL, signed Alex Austin. Way to go, Alex. I mean, I follow you on Twitter. I am very proud of you. Your uncle and I are brothers, so therefore I consider you my nephew as well by friend and family. What I'm curious now is I would love to know what team you would want to play for. I mean, we all know Aaron is a Lions fan. Dory loves the Vikings. You know, we got the Steelers, we got the Browns Nation, we got the Saints Nation. Where do you want to go? Aaron, help us out here. I know you're watching. What is he thinking? Where does he have any inclination as to where he wants to go?
Let's go Dog Pound.
Yeah, Vikings.
Yeah. What do you mean Dog Pound? Don't you mean the Elf Pound now?
True. Very true.
And if he does get drafted, you know we're going to want autographs and jerseys and caps and everything.
Okay, we want to know. Come on.
Producer man has a point.
Producer man does have a point. But Alex, awesome. We'll be looking to see what happens to you with the draft. And then his brother Dalen is actually going to be playing for the Oregon Beavers as well.
There you go. And in 4 years, I think Dalen's going to do the same thing. So we'll have two Austin brothers going into and what if they play against each other? Wouldn't that be great?
That happens all the time, but I'm excited for that. I can't wait to see what happens.
So again, Alex, thank you. You know, like I said, all your dream, brother, and we'll see you on Monday Night Football. You know, of course, Aaron wants him to play for the Lions because that's his team, but we will see where that happens in this.
I'm sorry, Dalen's going to the Ducks.
Oregon
Ducks.
Oh, Oregon Ducks. All right,
very nice.
Well, there you go with that. So again,
try and see if we can get him to come on the show sometime.
That's not a bad idea. Yes, absolutely. We can get with the family in there, and we'll bring him on. Maybe do like a Q&A or something.
To Oregon, so I'm all for anybody going to Oregon and being a Duck, Lady Duck or a Duck. I'm all for that. So absolutely.
Producer man has spoken out.
There you go. Well, in other college football news, we have had the CFP this last weekend. We'll save the heartbreak for Josh. Let's talk about TCU upsetting Michigan 51-45. The stats are Max Duggan went 14 of 29 for 225 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and JJ McCarthy went 20 of 34 for 343 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 51-45 was the final score with the big upset. TCU were a plus 200 or 200-1 odds to even get to the championship game. I'm going from a high of Oregon State and Alex going into the draft, and now the Big Blue is not going to the championship. Oh, that's great planning on my part. Oh, you're so happy, Josh.
Fuck Michigan.
Unfortunately,
You're gonna get it
look what
now.
happened with Ohio State, though. What? Yeah, okay, we won't.
Good segue, Dori. Thank you.
I was
Yes,
on
darling.
the New Year's Eve open mic night, like half watching the game, ready for the ball to drop. We lose, ball drops. I sing Old Lang Syne, and then we lose.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how it was here. I'm hearing
stop
the
it.
countdown. I'm hearing 5, 4, 3, 2. No! I'm like, oh God, what just happened? I look down there. I'm looking at the score. I'm like, well, what? The final score, of course, was 42-41. Georgia wins. C.J. Stroud and Stetson Bennett both went 23 of 34. Bennett had 398 yards. Stroud had 348 yards. Stroud had 4 touchdowns. Bennett had 3 touchdowns, and Bennett was intercepted once. So now the big game, it's TCU versus Georgia, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but Georgia is going to trounce all over TCU, I believe. I'm giving them 13 points, at least.
Zach's up there like, what?
Uh-huh.
He's like,
Go ahead,
what?
Zach. What you got to say?
Uh-oh.
So let's rewind.
Okay, let's rewind
because college has been freaking amazing in my world.
Right?
Notre Dame.
God. Yes. And our volunteers won.
Yes, they did.
Woohoo!
Hey,
okay.
Notre Dame tore it up, beat South Carolina. Tulane pulled off the greatest freaking comeback I've seen in the last since Minnesota came back on the Colts. Ha! Matt Ryan, you suck. And last but not least, did you see LSU just absolutely massacre? See that? Hold on. Before I get there, that game was kind of it was hard for me because, yeah, you want LSU to win because that's the home team, but your quarterback savior of the years that brought you the joy of life and being a fan in a Super Bowl was coaching the other team. So it's just like, huh? What do you do in that situation? But LSU
beat, you pray.
Right? LSU beat Purdue 63-7. So, but Mike, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. I may shock the world. I may shock the world with this. This may be the dumbest prediction ever, but TCU's gonna win the national championship, man.
Oh,
I'd like to see that happen. Oh, so here we go.
What were you going? What
Uh-oh.
Oh God, here we go.
News.
What
I
have I
could care
done?
less about TCU and Georgia.
Oh yes!
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I forgot she had that in her room.
Hey, I'm rooting for TCU just because they beat the state up north. So just with that, they got me in their good graces. Or they're in my good graces. Because fuck Michigan and fuck Georgia.
God. Mansfield. I'm gonna put you in the penalty box.
But the only CPA,
Okay, Big G.
Oh, I know the Lions won, or yeah, but I don't watch college football, so.
I mentioned you and Britt. I mentioned you and Britt because they are Penn State.
Yeah. Yep. Penn State won. Yep. But I don't watch college football. Maybe I will next year. I got to give college football a chance.
Aaron, we'll get to that in the pros. We're almost there, Aaron. Hold on. You're commenting a little too fast there.
You're jumping the gun.
And Zach, I appreciate that you're talking about NBA, but we have to make sure we finish by 5. So we'll see how timing goes here.
All right. Well then, let's get into the meat and the potatoes of the sports bar. Of course, that is. Let me quickly go through hockey real quick. Let me rattle off the.
Nobody cares about hockey.
Well, I know nobody cares.
Hey, I care about hockey.
The producer cares about hockey.
Let me quickly rattle these off and get this out of the way. Boston is in the lead with 62 points. The Hurricanes are at 56. The Golden Knights are at 54. The Stars and the Maple Leafs are tied at 52. The Stars have an 8-goal lead over the Maple Leafs, 137 to 125. The Devils are at 49 points. The Kings are at 48 points. The Capitals, Alex Ovechkin has done it. He got past 802 goals, or 801 goals, excuse me. No, 802.
802. He's passed to 802, and he has surpassed Gordie Howe now.
801 was the number to surpass. 802 is now only touched by Gretzky and Ovechkin.
Correct. Thank you. He's currently at 805 because he scored a hat trick recently.
Yes, he did.
It's his 30th career hat trick. And for him to break the record this season, he has to score at least twice in every game left in the regular season, unless the Capitals make the playoffs. Then I think he can do it.
No, because the playoff goals don't count. It has to be regular season goals, first of all. Second of
all,
all,
this is when the playoff goals don't count.
They don't count for the regular. Mikey, stop talking.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. The regular season record is what he is chasing. It does not count any games before the season, which is preseason, nor does it count postseason. Now, as great as he has proven to be, he is not going to beat it this year. It's not going to happen. I was surprised he got as far as he did, to be honest with you.
He's
proved
actually
me wrong.
at 806. Sorry.
No, that's fine. 806 is what it is. He's not going to pass Wayne this year. He would have to play. I would say next season is possible, but if he plays 2 more seasons, he'll get there. Anyway, carry on.
Carrying on, but congratulations to Ovechkin on that. The Capitals, the Lightning, and the Jets are all at 47 points. The Capitals have 127 goals. The Lightning are at 126, and the Jets are at 118. The Rangers are all by themselves at 46 points. The Penguins, the Islanders, and the Wild are all at 44 points. The Penguins have a 2-goal lead over the Islanders, 122 to 120. Islanders have a 4-goal lead over the Wild at 120 to 116. The Flames are by themselves at 43 points. The Oilers and the Kraken are at 42. The Oilers have a 15-goal lead over the Kraken. The Avalanche are all by themselves at 41. The Red Wings are at 39. The Sabres are at 38. The Blues and the Senators are tied at 37. 2-goal lead. The 14 to 112. The Panthers and the Predators are tied at 36. The Panthers have a 30-goal lead over the Predators, 124 to 94. The Canucks and the Flyers are tied at 35. The Canucks are at 124 goals. The Flyers are at 102. The Canadians are at 33 points. The Sharks and the Coyotes are tied at 31. And the Ducks are no longer at the bottom of the barrel. There is one team worse than them. They both have 24 points, though, but that's okay. They are not the worst team. They're the second to worst team, and I'm happy about that. The Blackhawks are the lowest team at 20 points. And when it comes to fantasy hockey, oh, man, my team, my fantasy team has tanked big time. I am now in 5th position. Zach, of course, is trying to catch Emmanuel. And Renegade is actually above me now, and Dori is trying to chase me for the 6th spot or the 7th spot. I need some better players. I'm done.
And your 3 stars for the month of December were Ovechkin, of course.
Obviously.
And then second was Connor McDavid from the Oilers.
Yes.
And third was Tage Thompson of the Buffalo Sabres.
For a 5-goal game, absolutely.
There you go.
There you go. All right. Now it's time for the meat and potatoes of the sports bar. We're talking week 17. We're taking place. A lot of playoff implications and scenarios and everything. And it all started with it wasn't that bad, honestly.
I felt bad for you, Dori, this week. We were all rooting for you.
Oh, thanks, guys. But you know what? Stuff happens, right?
We don't have the graphic for the first game, of course. The Cowboys beat the Titans 27-13. And the stats for that one, Dak Prescott went 29 of 41 for 282 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1 sack. Joshua Dobbs, who was replacing Ryan Tannehill, who is now on the injured reserve list. Hopefully,
we missed you. We
Yeah, I
miss
know.
you.
He went 20 of 39 for 232 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and 2 sacks. Wins. The Cowboys have now put pressure on the Eagles. Dallas plays Washington next week, and the Eagles need to lose that game. And if that happens, the Cowboys get the NFC East title because they have the tiebreaker over the Eagles because they won, I believe, either last week or the week before that. So, and of course, if that happens, my brother gets a special shirt.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you saw the shirt that Dori put out on open mic night. No surprise here.
Yep.
I will be sending Jeff a division title shirt if it happens.
All right, we got the Cardinals at the Falcons. Falcons took that 120-19. Of course, I get the names I can't pronounce. Blau went 24 for 40 for 222 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, sacked twice. And Ritter, 19 for 26, 169 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, sacked 1 time.
And in that game, now both teams have already been eliminated, so it was pretty much a gimme game. But the Falcons ended their 4-game losing streak. Unfortunately, the Cardinals, they have a longer one. They have lost 6 in a row.
Let's see what happens next week.
Yeah,
Exactly.
breaking news: J.J. Watt did announce his retirement.
Yes.
He did.
TJ Watt retired?
J.J. Watt.
Oh, JJ Watt?
He
Okay.
announced his retirement.
Yeah, he announced his retirement.
Okay.
Okay, good. All right, now the game that Aaron is very proud of. The Lions beat the Bears 41-10. Justin Fields went 7 of 21 for 75 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, but he got sacked 7 times. 7. Jared Goff went 21 of 29 for 255 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 1 sack. This team, Lions, they can get in. Here's how they do it. Step 1, the Seahawks have to lose or tie the Rams. That has to happen. If Seattle wins their game, then the Lions get turned into a spoiler team, and they will try and stop the Packers from getting into the playoffs.
Please stop the Packers.
If Seattle loses the game, Lions-Packers, which is set at Lambeau this Sunday night, it got flexed because this game is just so important. The Lions can get into the playoffs as long as they beat the Packers and Seattle loses. Now, Dori and I were talking about this briefly as we were getting. Here's my problem with this situation. The Rams have tanked. Okay, the Rams aren't going to the playoffs. They have lost the most games by a team that has won the Super Bowl the year before. They were Super Bowl champs. They're 12. Are the Rams even going to put up a fight against the Seahawks? Are they going to play for pride? Or is Seattle just going to say
so?
Or is this going to be, hey, Seattle, hey, all we got to do is beat the Rams and we're in the playoffs, hands down. That's what they're going to be thinking.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll see. And we were talking about that too. The Lions at the Packers, they're at Lambeau Field. And as much as I'd love to see the Lions win, we know how hard it is for the Packers to lose at home.
Oh, yeah.
There's some kind of magic about Lambeau Field that makes that a really tough accomplishment.
Come on, Lions.
Yes.
Do it anyways.
I mean, we've crapped on the Lions for the last 2 seasons, and I'm saying this on film, on camera, on the internet. I want the Lions to win and get in. I do not want the Packers. I don't want the Packers anywhere near the playoffs because we know how dominant the Packers are. They need to get pushed back. They really do. Again, I'm not saying this.
And Aaron Rodgers needs to retire.
Exactly. We've said that for the last 2 years. Exactly.
Okay, Brady and Rodgers. If the Packers get in, can we just have Brady and Rodgers first NFC game and just have them tie and eliminate each other, please?
Hey, I'm all for that. What you got, G?
I was gonna say, how is Chase Claypool enjoying the Bears right now?
Oh, you.
Hey, he wanted to get traded, and he got traded to one of the worst teams.
To the Bears, yeah.
Be careful what you wish for, right?
Exactly.
All right, next game was the Broncos at the Chiefs. The Chiefs took that one, 27-24. Wilson went 26 for 38, 222 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, sacked 4 times. And Mr. Patrick Mahomes, the third. Went 29 for 42 for 328 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and his guards did their job. He did get sacked once.
Way to go, indeed. The Patriots beat the Dolphins 23-21.
Dang it, Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater went 12 of 19 for 161 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 1 sack. Mac Jones went 20 of 33 for 203 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 3 sacks. The Patriots and the Dolphins are still in the playoff race. For the Patriots to get in, they need to defeat the Bills and hope that the Dolphins and Steelers both lose. The Dolphins can get in if they beat the Jets when the Patriots lose. So whatever happens in the next week, well, implications on that.
Now keep in mind that
I'm okay with either team. I like them both. Except for one reason. Go ahead, Josh. Say it.
Wait. You forgot something. So Bridgewater did not actually play the entire game. He went out just at the 2:51 mark in the third quarter, and Thompson came in to replace him.
Yep.
And he went 12 for 21, 104 yards. He did get a touchdown, an interception, and he was sacked once also. We don't know how long Bridgewater's going to be out. It's a finger injury.
I'm like he's playing next week.
Yeah. So okay, Josh.
Okay, Josh, go ahead.
Wait, which thing am I supposed to go for?
Say why we don't want the Patriots in the playoffs.
Because
they got enough fucking Super Bowl wins.
Belichick.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. Okay, Zach.
Fuck Aaron Rodgers too.
Okay, G.
I was gonna say the one week where we needed everything to go right went right. I had a root for the Patriots, and the Patriots did their job. So thank you, Bill Belichick. That's
first we want to F him, now we want to thank him. Okay.
Oh my God. And you're right, Aaron. This is probably the first time Casa 2.0 has agreed. All right.
We're giving James some great sound bites, by the way, when he helps out and does our new intro. We're giving him great sound bites, by the way. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, next matchup. Jeff, next matchup, please.
Hold on, let's give him a minute.
What? Are you filing Big Ball G?
Big G, you're fired.
All right, next game was the Colts and the Giants. The Giants took that one 38-10. Let's see. You had Foles went 8 for 13, 81 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. And Ellinger picked up for him somewhere, or they switched places at some point, whatever. I'm not sure who went first.
Foles was first. Yeah.
Well, Foles was first. Okay, so whatever happened, that Foles went out of the game. Ellinger came in 9 for 14, 60 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Between the two of them, they were sacked twice. And then Jones, 19 for 24. They must have done a lot of running in this particular game.
They did.
177 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he did not get sacked at all either.
And the Giants are in the playoffs.
And the Giants are in the playoffs. They broke their playoff drought. Yes, well done to the Giants. Next up, the Saints beat the Eagles 20-10.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a note next to that saying WTF.
You know why? Because Jalen Hurts isn't playing.
Exactly. Andy Dalton went 18 of 22 for 204 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. Both quarterbacks got sacked 6 times. Gardner Minshew, 18 of 32, 274, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Zach, are you happy?
Fuck no.
No shit.
Fuck no.
That's okay, a good sound, right? Let's take that one.
Dori, it's your fault.
My fault.
How is it Dori's fault?
It's Dori's fault. It's Brady's fault. It's a combination of both. I'm missing the damn playoffs because of this shit. And some reason, some way, somehow, I get stuffed in the backside by the Vikings again. This is 3 times in the last 5 years. 3. But mainly it's Brady, mainly it's Brady, but the Vikings didn't help the situation. First, you got the Minnesota Miracle. Then the bullshit of a non-pass interference call on the tight end. Now you get stuffed by getting stuffed by Aaron Rodgers. See, this ain't fair. I don't know. Look, I'm jumping off the Saints bandwagon for the remainder of the season, and I'm putting all my money on Brock Purdy. Damn it!
I still love you, Zach.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we've got the Panthers and Brady.
Damn it, Panthers!
Fuck Tom
Yeah,
Brady.
I know, right? So, of course, Brady's team took that 30-24. Darnold went 23 for 37, 341 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, sacked twice. Of course, Brady had to better that. 34 for 45, 432 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he got sacked 3 times. Somebody did something right there.
Yes.
But the Buccaneers are going into the playoffs with the worst winning record. That's what we don't like about their division, because they're going to, if they win next week, they will be 9-8, where every other team, as well, except for the Jaguars and the Titans, of course, by looking at the stat board 9,000 here. You know, I mean, we got 3 teams, 4 teams if you count the Giants. They're 9-6-1. We don't know what the Patriots are going to do. We know that the Titans are going to get in. I mean, the Jaguars are 8-8. We got the whole Southern Division in both conferences have crappy records, and we have a problem with that.
Yes, thank you, Aaron.
Producer is okay, that's fine.
Who does Brady play next week?
They are play. Who are they playing next week? I should.
I don't think it really matters. There already ends.
Yeah, they're at the Falcons.
Yeah,
and they already won the NFC North champ or the NFC South title. So,
yeah,
Mike. Small fact about Brady. How the hell can
I don't need to know about his sexual life. Thank you.
No. That's besides that. How do you get Brady down in the fourth quarter by more than 14 points 5 times this season and you screw it up?
How do you get
We
him down?
didn't.
You divorce him. That's how.
We didn't. We beat Brady this year.
Oh, screw
you! Show him a picture of his wife and kids. That'll get him down.
Josh, we beat you, so you don't get to talk. What Big G, we lost to you.
Yeah, you know what's funny? We didn't go undefeated in our division, but we beat the whole NFC South this year. So
who hasn't beaten the NFC South?
Josh has it.
Oh, sorry. Josh.
Anyways, next game. Let's
game.
get to the shit stains and the pigs.
Yes, Pop, we do.
Listen, Squealer.
Pop has a good comment, by the way. we're sometimes an equal opportunity team hater, but we gotta go with what we know. Okay, we don't like Brady, we don't like Belichick, we don't like this, we don't like that, we don't like a lot of things. Next game.
Hey, but we got each other's backs.
Exactly.
Damn right.
Now, let's get on to the fun game of the week.
Okay, the game that Josh is excited about. The Browns at the Commanders, and the Browns won. Woohoo!
We had Aaron Rodgers specifically cheering for us.
Whoop-de-doo, Basil.
Watson went 9 for 18, 169 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, sacked 5 times. Carson Wentz, 16 for 28, 143 yards, 0 touchdowns, threw 3 interceptions, and was sacked 3 times. Josh?
This was a fun game. I had a headache, so I had to go back and watch stuff. This was entertaining to watch, and it was entertaining when we had Aaron Rodgers cheering us on. You know what I like about the Browns is all the other teams who are out for the season, who are out of their playoff chances, and they know it, they don't care anymore. They're not even trying. We don't care if we're out. We're still going to go out there. We're still going to play our best, and we're still going to give our fans damn good football.
And
we're going to screw over some other teams by winning in the process, much like we're going to do next week.
There you go. And that's how it should be. By the way, you do know you're playing Steelers next week, right?
I know what I said.
Okay.
Guess who didn't play in the first game when we played you? TJ Watt.
And I could care less. So we still
Okay.
beat you
All
that
right,
game.
all right,
so.
all right. Let your Deshaun Watson wannabe quarterback who hasn't played this full season. He's gonna get sacked 6 times.
Where's that game?
In Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh.
Oh, hopefully there's no massage parlors.
Okay,
Hey,
moving on.
Mason Rudolph better watch out.
I've
Miles comes
lost
for him.
control.
The Jaguars at the Texans. I mean, did the Texans even show up? 31-3.
When do they?
Not this season. They
We've
haven't.
got Beathard went 5-8 for 29 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, and then Lawrence picked up 17 for 21, 152 yards. Again, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Between the two of them, they were sacked twice. Over on the Texans, I think they started with Driscoll, went 3 for 4, 9 yards. Didn't do anything there. Mills was 22 for 40, 202 yards. Again, nothing there, but they got sacked twice between the two of them.
And we've said a lot of drama about the Jaguars the last 2 seasons. They're on the verge of winning the title. All they got to do is beat the Titans next week.
Yep.
All right, moving on. 49ers and the Raiders.
Go ahead.
I got it. Go away. Okay, so 49ers won 37-34. Purdy, Zach's new guy, went 22 for 35, 284 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interceptions, and did not get sacked. Raiders, I can't read my own writing. Stidham.
Yeah.
Yes.
23 for 34, 365 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Again, no sacks.
And by the way, the 49ers won in overtime.
Yes, they did win in overtime.
Ooh, yeah.
And the 49ers are on a 9-game win streak.
Yeah.
Ever since they got Christian McCaffrey on their team, they've been undefeated.
Exactly.
There you go.
And Derek Carr looks like he's wanting out of the Raiders. He's unfollowed them on social media.
Ouch.
Looks like they're ready to move on from him. And oh boy, that'll be interesting for the offseason.
The Seahawks beat the Jets 23-6. Mike White went 23 of 46 for 240 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 4 sacks. Geno Smith went 18 of 29 for 183 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 4 sacks as well. We gave the Jets – the Jets had a great season. This was their best season in the last 3 years that we've done Sports Bar. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen. I really did want to see them get in. The Seahawks, again, remember, they're trying to get in. They have to beat the Rams, and Green Bay has to lose to Detroit. The Jets' drought is now at 12 seasons. Do we dare talk about the next game without getting killed?
I'm not going to kill anybody. I will sit here in my chair. I'm just going to cry.
Fuck Aaron Rodgers, damn it.
I know. So
Agreed.
my beautiful purple people eaters played the Packers, those damn cheeseheads. And we lost pathetically 41-17. Mullins went 4 for 4, 57 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. And Cousins went 18 for 31, 205 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. God damn it, Cousins. Between the two of them, sacked twice. Packers, Love went 2 for 3, 9 yards, nothing else. Rodgers, 15 for 24, 159 yards. He did throw a touchdown pass. No interceptions and only sacked once. And I'm
staring truckers
when
about
I
to
saw the
die.
highlights of that game, Dory, that all I saw was the defense of the Packers. That's all I saw. Like that's how you win games. Your defense.
There
wins
was
the
no
game.
post-game celebration, sexy time for Rodgers. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yes.
I will take that.
Oh, so Aaron Trucker's about to die for that
But you know
comment
what?
right there.
We are still the NFC North champs.
That's
you guys are going to the playoffs, so that's
you're
all
going
that
in the
matters.
playoffs.
I will take that, and hopefully they don't do what they've done in the past and fuck
Who
up.
do
fuck up
the
champs.
Vikings play next week, Dory? Do you know?
Yes, next week the Bears.
Oh, that should
The
be
Bears
simple.
will be in Chicago.
Good luck to these Claypool.
The Battle of Los Angeles as the Chargers beat the Rams 31-10. Baker Mayfield went 11 of 19 for 132 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 3 sacks. Justin Herbert 21 of 28 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 0 sacks. Again, we said it earlier. The Rams have lost more games this season than any other team that have won the Super Bowl the year before.
Real quick, Aaron, bite me.
I love that line. Excellent soundbite.
Steelers at the Ravens, and I'm disappointed in this one too, but okay, G, it's all good.
Damn it, Ratbirds!
16-13. Tyler, you got to do something about your quarterback. My oldest son is a Ravens fan. Not that he follows too much, but he decided he needed to pick a team to be a part of whatever's going on. So Pickett went 15 for 27, 168 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, sacked twice. Huntley went 14 for 21, 130 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and sacked 1 time.
That's the
results. Damn it,
That was cute.
Our playoff scenario, we have to win against the Browns, which we will. Undoubtedly will happen.
Bullshit.
We have to pray to the Steeler gods again for the Bills.
I didn't put that.
I'm praying that the Bills win against the Patriots, and somehow the Jets beat the Dolphins.
Yep.
Right.
If that happens, we are in.
Well, I don't know if Bridgewater's playing. If Bridgewater is playing, we'll see.
I mean, they haven't said anything yet, but I know Tua is not playing, and I think he has a broken finger. Bridgewater has. If I'm not mistaken.
I think it's a broken finger, but
so if they put in their third string,
yeah, he could still potentially play. But if they bring in the third string, then I don't feel good about
this game. Oh, what a freaking heart! Oh my god, I was about to have a heart attack again at the end of the game.
Too soon, G. Don't say heart attack.
I know. I'm sorry. But,
too soon.
No.
Okay. Now that let me retract that. Let me retract that. Anyways.
Yeah, retract that.
So it was. Anyways, let me regain my thought.
Okay.
So nobody ran over the Ravens this season like we did. Najee Harris and Jalen Warren ran all over them. Kenny Pickett did his job. I was watching Good Morning Football, and one of the guys was saying he wouldn't want to play the Steelers right now. We're red hot right now. Yeah, without TJ Watt, I believe we were like 1-6. And with TJ Watt, our record's different. Anyways, very good game. Came down to the last minute game-winning drive, back-to-back game-winning drives from Kenny Pickett. Threw a touchdown to Najee Harris. And, I was like, okay, there's 56 seconds on the clock. They're in Baltimore. They got the best kicker in the NFL right now, Justin Tucker. And they could tie the game. But they had no timeouts. And who saved the day once again? One of the best free safeties in the NFL right now. He's getting up there to Troy Polamalu, Minkah Fitzpatrick. And Josh, that's who Watson needs to watch out for next weekend because Minkah Fitzpatrick is all over that field. And so is TJ Watt.
If the Ratbirds would have just done their damn job, wouldn't have to worry about it.
They're not. You know why? Because they don't have Lamar Jackson.
I know they
Lamar
don't have
Jackson
Lamar
is that.
Jackson, but
Lamar Jackson is their player.
Either way, young
they have no wide receivers. I believe all.
Better pay him
correctly. If I remember correctly, all their first downs were all caught by Mark Andrews, their tight end.
Either way,
but it was a very good game.
Next week. You're not winning. Bills are going to beat Patriots because fuck Bill Belichick.
We are going to win.
And the Dolphins are going to beat the Jets. So even if we lose, we don't have to worry.
Josh, go to your neutral corners.
Listen to me clearly now.
But we're not having that right now.
Everything that needed to happen this weekend happened. What makes you think it's not going to happen next weekend?
Easily.
Jeff has put up the power rankings in a signal to get moving along. The Philadelphia Eagles are not the number one team this time around. The Eagles have dropped to the number 2 spot due to points. The Chiefs are now the number 1 team because they have more points than the Eagles by at least by 10 points. The Chiefs are at 465. The Eagles are at 455. Buffalo is by themselves. They are currently at 12-3. We don't know what's going to happen with the Bills playing the Bengals. So they're yeah, the Eagles are the shits. Is that what you wanted to say there, producer guy? The Cowboys, the 49ers, and the Vikings are all tied at 12-4. The Cowboys have 461 points. The 49ers are at 4 points. The Vikings are at 395. The Bengals are at 11-4. They are by themselves. The Chargers and the Ravens are both 10-6. The Chargers have the edge over the Ravens, 363-334. The Giants are 9-6-1. And Tampa Bay. Now, the reason Tampa Bay is above Detroit, normally it would go by points, but because Tampa Bay is in the playoffs, I'm giving them a very slight edge. That is why Detroit is lower than Tampa Bay right now. Normally, Detroit would be at the top of the group that are all 8-8 of the Buccaneers, the Lions, the Seahawks, the Dolphins, the Jaguars, the Packers, and the Steelers. All those teams are 8-8. All their points are in order. But again, because the Buccaneers are division champions, it gives them a slight edge.
Boo.
I know. The Titans are next at 7-9.
And we're not worried about the rest of them because they're no longer contenders.
They're all eliminated from Washington all the way down to Houston. So really, the records really don't matter. The current playoff picture as it stands right now, the Eagles are the number 1 seed. They currently do have the bye pending what happens in Week 18. The 49ers would play the Seahawks. This is, of course, if the playoffs started today. It would be 49ers against the Seahawks. The Vikings would play the Giants. And the Bucs would play the Cowboys. In the AFC, the Chiefs have the number 1 spot. They would get the bye. The Bills would play the Patriots. The Bengals would play the Lions, and the Jaguars would play the Chargers. But again, everything is going to change at the end of this week. There are scenarios. We stated them all between the Seahawks, the Lions, the Packers, the Dolphins, the Titans, and the Steelers. So everybody that is not working on Sunday, stay glued to your television sets. Pray for your teams, and when we come back next week, we're going to have maybe we'll do a in-office playoff bracket contest.
Ooh, I like that. I like the idea.
Okay. So what? So give me pick 'em results.
There are the pick 'em results. JJ and Daniel tied for the week. They both got 11. Zach and Mike each got 10. Tammy, Dori, and Emmanuel each got 8. Pop, Nathan, and Brandon got 7. The overall going into the final week of the regular season, Dori has a 3-game lead over JP and a 4-game lead over Renegade. Daniel and Zach are 5 games behind at 151. Brandon is at 149. Tammy and Mike at 147. Pop and Emmanuel at 142. Nathan brings up the rear at 131. So as long as Dori does not lose by 3 games, meaning she can if she gets maybe, let's see, there's 16 games, 13 out of 16 would be the perfect scenario. And if everybody else does worse than that, Dori regular season champion. She's very happy about that. Go ahead, Zach. You got a quick thing to say about NBA. Go ahead.
Yeah. So last night was overshadowed with Damar Hamlin, which we all know, but Donovan Mitchell scored 71 points.
Yeah.
10 rebounds last night.
Go Cavs, baby.
Very interesting stat. There were a ton of points in that game. It's amazing when 2 teams can easily score over 130 points, especially in overtime. I mean, we all remember the unbeatable point game Wilt Chamberlain back in the 80s. For those that know, and of course Kobe on his last game, he easily scored 60 points and didn't even have to go into over that. But to score 70 is quite amazing. All right,
had an 81 pointer.
And finally, before the shameless shills, what we got? What? The plugs, I believe. Is that correct?
No,
Mm-mm.
I think he has some stuff he wants to put up.
What am I missing? What am I missing,
Right, Jeff?
producer man?
Here it comes.
Here it comes. It's coming.
Voting.
We got the wheel of death. Tweets sent out by Mercedes Vernado during this stream.
Yes, I saw.
Thank you, Sasha Banks. Thank you, Vince McMahon. Thank you, WWE Universe. Thank you, Triple H. Thank you, Real King Regal. And thank you, WWE.
Yep.
Well, she does say thank you a lot, but
does this mean she's coming back?
Nope.
Nope.
Is she officially done with WWE?
She was officially a free agent as of the 1st.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh.
There's
Well,
talk
best
she's going to be
wishes to
Saraya's
Mercedes.
tag team partner.
Best wishes to Mercedes.
She will be at Wrestle Kingdom tonight, and
Yes,
by
Bayley
her
was
side at ringside is Bayley. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Cool.
There is thought that WWE thought they might have her back by Rumble, but they're not sure right now.
Yeah, so let me just be really clear since I can talk for a brief second here before I have to pop back away. I didn't want to move. I moved the wrong screen. Sorry. Mercedes is allegedly going to be at Wrestle Kingdom. There's no confirmation until we see her on screen, obviously. It's rumored that Trinity Fatu is also in Japan with Mercedes. Again, heavily rumored, nothing more. Now, Bayley, or I forget Bayley's real name, forgive me. I first saw her as Davina Rose, so whatever. She is in Japan to support. She is not there, obviously, to compete. She is from a WWE contract. However, Nakamura wrestled the Great Muta on the first. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you. Nakamura wrestled Muta on the first, and he's under contract so much that they actually used his WWE music when he came out to wrestle Muta. So just because they're independent doesn't mean they're going to wrestle. But Trinity and Mercedes have been the talk of the world all year. So we'll see what happens tonight. I wish to God I was not such a fan of making money and being employed because I'd be watching Wrestle Kingdom. But as far as the shameless chills, I'm going to go blow through these really quickly because we got to get off the air here. First of all, you can find our buddy, the Cleveland Combatant, at that's me, Catholic Josh 22 on Twitter, Malaman Graham on Instagram. Josh is present for the hot takes when he's not preaching about the word. So please check him out wherever you find him on social media because he's awesome. Tonight, as mentioned, first of all, before we get to Wrestle Kingdom, Talk Wrestling is back on Tuesdays, live or otherwise. We will be going live to tape at 7 o'clock our time here in California, 10 o'clock or 10:05 rather, East Coast time, and then at 10:20 Pacific, 1:20. Where the hell did that graphic go? God damn it! There it is. Is Wrestle Kingdom, our coverage on the Multiverse of Media. Noah on the call. JJ producing. Thank you, JJ. James producing beginning at 3:30 Eastern. Thank you, James. That is all just today alone, in addition to the Renegades coverage, his first week of the month of musicals. God bless JJ. He's trying. He doesn't like musicals, but he has a hell of a week to start with here. You can watch his coverage review of Rent on demand now, which, by the way, if you're a fan of Rent, Anthony Rapp actually liked this mention in my story of the movie being reviewed. So I thought that was pretty cool that one of the major stars of Rent, both on stage and on film, liked our coverage of it. So I thought that was pretty cool. Thank you, Anthony.
I remember him from Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah, thank you, Anthony, for love. We appreciate that. Annie, the only Annie besides my nieces that actually really matters, and that was the one with Tim Curry in it, will be tomorrow's Newsies on Friday, which, again, is very important to my niece for other reasons. And then Saturday, the newest version of Matilda that has been produced. So check that out on Saturday's newly Saturday Renegades reviews tomorrow. Greg Cherry Show, not featuring me. I'll be in transit back here. So Big G and I believe Matty Laws. You can check out everything on NerdDQ.com. The NerdDQ review is now on Sundays, so check that out. The show is, this last episode is on demand, and it was a hell of a fun ride Sunday. Raw recap, Dynamite recap, SmackDown recap. Speaking of Dynamite, unless something crazy happens, Dynamite will be featuring live on-site coverage by good old JM and the Renegade of Wrestling. So there you go. We'll be there at the Forum next week. Plug. There we go. Open mic night, of course, is every Saturday, either 11 o'clock Eastern or post Supercard, premium live event, pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it. Buy the shirts over at Jeff Meacham Network on Pro Wrestling Tees. Support our buddy Laura on her social media and other endeavors. And of course, follow our barkeeps on Twitter at LB Stack in 1977 and Hathaway Lou. We got the Sapboy shout out earlier with Aaron's nephew. So, Dori, do we have a weekly delight for the week?
Just stay positive. Keep the situation with Damar Hamlin. Please keep him in your prayers, thoughts and prayers, family and friends. Again, as we said earlier in the show, the NFL fan base has just been awesome with their support in this, and just everybody just try to stay positive. Keep that smile on your face. Make them wonder what you're up to.
All right, Mikey, take us home, brother.
Be sure and see us next week. It's the regular season finale, week 18, and then we go into the playoffs. And then we go in after the playoffs, the XFL. I love you all. Stay safe. Stat Boy out.
Fuck Bill Belichick.